kids! Well, it's that time again to update our checklist of all the figures that have come out from McFarlane Toys. Because now it's time to include all the figures from Series 4. Awesome! Alright, so way back in Series 1, we ended up getting the stage playset. And the exclusive figures with this playset were Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. And this ended up becoming a really cool playset. Well, these figures were pretty darn cool. And of course, there are 3 other playsets that came out in Series 1 that gave us even more figures. The Pirates Cove gave us the figure of Foxy, and the Office playset gave us the figure of Golden Freddy, while the Backstage playset gave us another version of Chica, as well as a really cool animatronic skeleton. These figures were pretty darn cool. And of course, it wasn't long before we got a Series 2 set of figures that came with brand new playsets. So the 3 new regular-sized playsets in Series 2 gave us the figures of Springtrap, Nightmare Freddy, 3 evil little bears, a Freddy plush, a Foxy plush, and a creepy figure of Nightmare Mangle. Series 2 also introduced us to the micro sets, and these micro sets brought us even more figures, like Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Nightmare, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Foxy, and Nightmare Balloon Boy. So cool! Even though the first set gave us 7 new figures, Series 2 would give us 9 figures. Wow, and that was more than the previous wave. And of course that trend would only continue when we started getting sets for Series 3. And in this set, we ended up getting the figures of Balloon Boy, the Puppet, Baby, Mangle, Withered Foxy, Shadow Freddy, Toy Freddy, and another animatronic exoskeleton. They also released the rest of the plushies, which included a Bonnie plush and a Chica plush, which completed our set of plush figures. Series 3 even brought us 4 more micro sets, which gave us the figures of Shadow Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Funtime Freddy, and Funtime Foxy. And of course all these playsets helped to give us a total of 12 figures in Series 3. Alright, now it's time to look at Series 4, because we got some awesome sets like the control module here and the scooping room. And of course the figures that come with it are equally awesome, like ol' Ennard. And the cool thing about Ennard here was you could take off his hat and remove his mask so he could be 2 figures in 1. Haha, look at that jump scare pose underneath. Super cool. Now in addition to Ennard, we got some pretty amazing sister location figures. Because the control module gave us figures like Ballora, we also got Biddy Bab, which is a little mini figure. And we got our first jump scare figure, which is Funtime Foxy with the open face. And that one looks great. Now what was really cool about Series 4 is we got a playset early which contained the cool figures of Lolbit and Yendo, and the sculpts of both these figures look amazing. Then we also got the cool figure of Withered Bonnie, which looks equally amazing. And if we're gonna look at Withered Bonnie, well, we can't forget Withered Freddy. And he came with a micro set. Speaking of micro sets, we also got the figures of Nightmare Bonnie to help us fill out our Nightmare collection. And we also got Nightmare Foxy that came with the left dresser set. We also got the super cool figure of Phantom Balloon Boy. And the cool thing about his playset is that it also came with another Freddy head that's just hanging up on a pole here. Now the fun thing we could do is take old Nightmare Freddy and take off his head and put the new Freddy head on him and make a completely all new figure. That looks great. I mean, look at that. Looks like a ghosty-eyed Freddy? I'm not sure what to call him, but he looks super cool. And speaking of customized figures, we can also take the paper pals down off the wall and put them on a stand like this, and also use them as 3 extra action figures as well. So, yep, we're gonna list the paper pals as figures to collect in this checklist too. Alright, and there we have 15 all new figures. That makes up Series 4. Ooh, and all together, we have a ton of figures that completes the list of the McFarlane checklist toys. Woo!